Hello, and welcome back to Elden Ring. This is part, I believe, 24 of our initial run through the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. There are 4 Smithing Stone 8 here's, and that's at the Behind the Fort of Reprimand set of grace. Which I actually got this set of grace a while ago. It was, I believe, before even heading into Castle Ensis. So it was in the first, 8 parts. Like, part 8 at the latest. But I didn't actually do anything with it. I just grabbed the side of grace and left. I didn't realize that there were 4 smithing stone 8 there until going through on my second character. Anyways, hi, welcome back. I was looking everywhere for this Domain of Dragons painting. Could not find it for the life of me. I mean, I even found 2 different cookbooks, getting the hefty red lightning pot and dragon communion grease and dragon communion harpoon. Red lightning pot was somewhere over here, I believe. It was... I know it was before Jagged Peak. It was at the foot of the Jagged Peak area. I don't know if it was before or after this set of grace, but it was right by a wind tunnel, by some, human dragon skeleton enemies. The, basic enemies you find in the dragon pit. It was by some of them. And then the Egon's one was at the Grand Altar Dragon Communion inside of, a little tower shack thing right around here. But yeah, still couldn't find the painting. So, instead we can just do this now. So, last time, we helped Needle Knight Leda kill Ansbach, getting us his bow, which takes 43 dexterity, but has a unique skill, which is very cool. We also got his armor set, which boosts Blood Oath and Dynastic skills, which is very cool, on top of it looking very cool. And so we can now move back to this. We also got the Euporia twin blade weapon, which looks very cool and has a unique skill. So, there's that. We also got the retaliatory crossed tree talisman for helping Leda kill Ansbach. We also got the Spira incantation, which sends a little circle up and then it explodes. We also found the Inir Ilim legacy dungeon. So, that was very cool, and we got to explore, I'm going to assume, about half of it. And we ended here at the Spiral Rise set of grace, coming in from that doorway. So here we can now make our way forward, continuing on through the area. Hope I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. Oh, hey, it's you. Okay, good. Those enemies hurt. They do a lot of damage. Alright, so I don't know if we're supposed to go up the stairs or this way? I'm going to assume up the stairs, because that feels like a very normal way. Cool attack. You're dead. No, that's just death. There's an item there, there's a bird there. There's another bird there. Alright, so, you want to roll to the side for those, gotcha. Not backwards. Good to know, good to know. This pathway is going on for longer than I thought it would. 2 smithing stone 8, that's nice. It could be a thing of, like, there's 2 paths and you can take either path, they will both lead you to the same area. That could be an explanation. We can jump up onto here now. Bird, 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 dead. You, dead. Shush. Right here, a revered spirit ash. I don't really care for the revered spirit ashes. I'm gonna be honest. Partially because there's NPC summons. Partially because I don't use spirit ashes that much. Partially because when I do use them, they've been fine. Ooh, horned warrior ashes. Glad I went this way. This takes 112 FP. Starting on the 3rd line. This heavily armed guardian spirit of the tower attained inhuman strength through divine invocation, and wields a curved greatsword that brings horns to bear on its foes. In the tower, these warriors and their weapon both are spiritual vessels. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear the leaf blower lawnmower that's going on outside. Hope you can't, but if you can, I'm sorry. That's not something I can help. That's down to where we were before, but also it looks like death, so. And I was kind of thinking that this would lead us back to where we were before, but no, it just keeps going. Does this... it does lead somewhere. I was going to say... does this lead somewhere, or is it just a pretty view? Because if it's just a pretty view, then I'm gonna leave and come back later. Sand. Looks like we can go up into there. We can also go into there. So many places to go, and I don't know which is the way of progress and which is the way of not. So this... Okay, never mind. Oh, there's an item there. Can we jump that? If we fail, we die. We did not fail. Gravebird Helm. I was just thinking about this, going, man, it's like I only got 2 of the Gravebird pieces, and I don't know where the others are. But stone helm with a tinge of green, one of the set of armor pieces cast in the image of the Gravebird, empowers spells which summons rings of spectral light. Gravebirds are ancient golems created to guard the spirit graves built where all manner of death ultimately drift. Alright, so we got one of those rings of spectral light, so it boosts that. Okay. And I was about to say, I assume there's some safe way of getting down. I just don't know it. But, yeah. Look at this place. Elevator. But it is so in-depth. There's so many places to go. So many options. Sir? Sir, you're incredibly rude. Sir? You are incredibly rude. I'm out of stamina. Oh. See, that's more what I'm talking about. Last time when I was talking about the difficulty and how the basic enemies are too easy, that's more what I'm talking about. That's how the difficulty should be. Give me a challenge, make me sweat. The enemies should be making me anxious. I should be losing some flask of crimson tears. I shouldn't be sitting here bulldozing through entire areas and never losing a single thing of health. I should probably use this more because it's a DLC weapon. And I want to use DLC weapons. Hey, you. And it is good, and that... Like, there's so many ways to go. Oh, we're back here. Okay. Yes. I thought we were in one place, we were actually in another, but... Like, that confused me for a minute. But I know where this place is as well, so that's good. I recognized where we were, then I didn't recognize where we were, then I recognized where we were. Is how that went. Scadutree Fragment, that's good. Oh. Alright, so... Top of the spiral rise staircase. Or near the top of it, then out the window, then left and down. Is how you get to that. Hey, friend. I thank you for that. And okay, so that's where we jumped down and did that whole go around in all the different places and get completely lost. Alright, so all those places are connected now. Most of the places are connected now. Sunwarmth Stone. Because I think there's still one place that my brain has yet to connect. Though I could be wrong about that. It could be they've connected and I just didn't realize it. Which is possible. That is possible. We're very much going up, and I don't know if that's a good thing. We can summon here. There's also that guy. Is it like we can summon for that guy? That's a tornado, yep. Oh, I thought that was gonna, like, knock me to the side. Oh, that's a grab attack. That was a very cool looking grab attack, by the way. That was probably the coolest looking grab attack I've ever seen. He was a one hit from death. Right. Let's see. There we go. Not really a basic enemy, but a normal respawning enemy. Finally got a kill on me. You know how long that's been? How long it's been since a normal enemy? Oh. Alright, so we have to go this way. Okay. But, you know how long it's been since a normal respawning enemy has killed me? It's been far too long. And you might think, oh, well, that's a good thing, because you didn't die. Or you don't die often to enemies. Which, yeah, like, on paper, in theory, it's a good thing. In practice, it is not. And the reason it's not is because of how not trying I am. Like, I'm basically just holding forward and spamming light attacks. And I really feel like I should be getting punished for that. But I'm just not. Oh, hi. Where's... Whoa! Where's... Yeah, see? These enemies can actually kill me when I'm not trying. When I'm just messing around, which I know I lost like 250,000 there, I don't care that much. I can get that back without too much of an issue. But that's what I want. I want enemies that punish you for playing carelessly without being unfair. And what I've found is that in the DLC, we just don't really get that a lot of the times. Like, these enemies, forward, light attack, dead. Hit them once, they fall down, dead. It's like they're a bit too easy. It's like you don't really get difficulty there. These guys, forward, light attack, dead. Forward, light attack, dead. Like I said, just a wee bit too easy. Like, there's just not really the difficulty there. But then you get to the bosses, not all the bosses, just some of them. And suddenly, things go from being too easy to a bit too difficult, because you can be running 60 points into the health stat, 11 Scadutree blessings, the Beast Champion armor set, the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, the Flame Drake Talisman +3, the Pearl Drake Talisman +3, and you can still get killed in like 1 or 2 hits. And so, like I said, it's just this very strange duality of difficulty, where the enemies feel a bit too easy, and then some of the bosses, not all, but some of the bosses feel a bit too hard. And it's a very strange duality. And I wish there was just a bit more consistency. I rolled too early. Oh, I didn't realize that before. But that thing that he did with the horns, I was out of stamina. But that thing he did with the horns on his weapon, where he was slamming it down repeatedly, that actually turned his weapon into the Omen Killer Cleaver. That was very cool. Alright, but yeah, those enemies, like I said, if I play carelessly, they can kill me pretty consistently. And so I actually have to put in effort and focus and try and actually think and use strategy instead of just forward R1. And that's what I want from the enemies. I want a challenge, like something that's difficult but still fair. And these enemies give that. A lot of the other enemies don't. But anyways, Horned Warrior Greatsword, which is a curved greatsword, scales off of strength, dexterity, and faith, but despite the faith scaling, it does purely physical damage. Curved greatsword of the Horned Warriors, Keepers of the Tower, a heavy weapon made to bring the deft strength of the warriors to bear. The ornamental tangled horns allow the blade to serve as a medium for horn calling. Unique skill, Horn Calling Storm, which is, I'm assuming, the thing he sent at us at the beginning. Invokes tangled horns to cover the weapon's blade. Call a storm into the horns, then mow through enemies. Additional inputs allow for up to 2 follow-up attacks. Alright, so one-handed light attacks, one-handed heavy attacks. There's a bit of flare there. And then charged. So there's a slam there. Backstep, roll, jumping light, jumping heavy, running light, running heavy, and then two-handed light attacks. Two-handed heavy attacks. Charge heavy attacks. Alright. Jump light. Jump heavy. Running light. Running heavy. Backstep. Roll. Now, personally, I prefer greatswords to curved greatswords, but this does have strength, dex, and faith scaling, but pure physical damage. It's a DLC weapon, most of my damaging stats are in strength, dex, and faith. So I could possibly, perhaps, replace the blasphemous blade with this. Before I mentioned here, Spear of the Impaler. I mentioned that because just like the blasphemous blade, it has physical and fire damage, but it only has E in strength. Whereas the weapon that guy dropped, it's a slashing weapon instead of a poking weapon, which I prefer. And it has like a more balanced scaling, which goes along with my stats of 45 strength, 32 dex, 42 faith. And I'm currently leveling dex to get that into that 40 spot. And Set of Grace. I really feel like there's a boss coming up, and that's making me nervous. Shadow Realm Blessing. Look at that. I have 15 Scadutree Blessings. Just take that into consideration. 15 Scadutree Blessings, Beast Champion Armor Set, Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, and 60 points into the health stat. On this character. And I'm not saying that for that enemy, I'm saying that for the bosses, because of how much damage some of them do. That looks like Needle Knight Leda. That is Needle Knight Leda. Please tell me this is not a Gideon thing. Where it's like, we used to be allies, and then you're like, oh ho ho, now we're enemies. Please tell me that's not how this is, because I helped you murder 2 people. Ignore the writhing flesh things on my blade.
It was never kind of Nicola, was it? The Erdtree was leading you all along.
No, it wasn't.
So that you might ascend to lordship.
Wrong.
Why come to these lands to begin with? I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree, desired all along.
Nope.
The clashing of the favoured lords, such that one would prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing Nicola the Kind,
I'm not.
then I will run you through whoever you might be. Don't tarry now.
Whew. Oh, there's... Oh, man. Touch gold... Is this going to instantly summon, or do I get to check their name? Because I want to check a name first. That's Thalier. This is I don't know who. Summon Sanguine Noble Natan. This cooperator will not arrive until the time is right. Summon Thalier. This cooperator will not arrive until the time is right. Be summoned to challenge Needle Knight Leda and her allies. I want to do it because her armor set is really cool. But I don't want to kill Leda because she's a fellow light greatsword user. I can't two-hand the weapon because we're in a no-attack zone, which for some reason doesn't let you two-hand your weapon. So I kind of want to do this to see what's going on there. But I kind of want to do this so I can get Thalia back to purchase his concoctions. But I kind of want to do this because he has a cooler armor set and he'd probably be more useful in battle. I'm not gonna challenge Leda. I'll do this. Sanguine Noble Natan will be summoned as a cooperator at the appropriate time. We can pick up Thalia as well. Why not? No, he's got a stupid armor set. I'm not gonna summon him. Do I have to? Alright. If we have to. I don't want to do this. But if we have to.
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Needle Knight's Leda, Dryleaf Dane, and our allies will never allow this.
I am the red-maned Freyja. The time has come. I could not hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
Fair enough. I was gonna use the light greatsword, but it's not as good at... It doesn't have as much stopping power. More summoned as an adversary. Oh, so this is like a time thing. That's a hefty rot pot. Oh.
I never could have imagined it. That you might be the Erdtree's rightful lord. Such as it is, this battle could not be more fitting. For the birth of a new god and the coming of a lord.
You and I, fighting. And tragedy this is.
Oh. Oh, is that one of the dueling shields? And he really likes them rot pots. Alright, but again, I don't want to do this. Because I like Freyja, I like Needle Knight Leda. That was rude. You know, I thought that there was going to be more than 2 people.
Mikula the Kind will help us forget.
You were
Sorry.
fine. In your heart, truly a glorious battle. It was.
Yeah, just fine. Wow. Dryleaf Dane. Alright, you take care of him. I'm gonna... Oh. Leda? Listen, we don't have to do this. We don't have to be enemies.
I'm sorry for speaking to you as a compatriot when we stood before the withered arm.
I mean, I feel like we could have been. I feel like we still could be. I feel like we should be, because I have no intention of killing Mikula. Ow. It's like those aggressive invaders. Oh. Hello, friends. Alright, so I feel like maybe I should have summoned.
With this battle I send you on. It was an honor to face a worthy lord. Now go.
Yeah, I feel like I should have summoned, like, everyone for that. I think that's one of the things where you're supposed to summon everyone. Because it's not a boss. I wonder, can we just leave if we don't summon? Nope. So this is a mandatory fight. So no matter what, you and Leda will end up fighting each other. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, because it's not a boss, I don't think summoning them gives Needle Knight Leda and her allies more health. It might, but I don't know. But I feel like this is the thing where you're supposed to summon both. Not just a thing of it's an option. I think it's something where you're supposed to do it. Because, like, you're fighting 4 hostile NPCs. But again, I really don't want to do this. I would rather...
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Needle Knight's Leda, Dryleaf Dane, and our allies will never allow this.
I wonder what
I am
happens...
the Red Mane, Freyja. The time has come. I could not hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
I wonder what happens if you kill them. Like, out in the open world. I wonder if they wouldn't show up here.
You and I, fighting. And tragedy this is.
Alright. You're gonna be the focus because of that. You have a lot of health, though. And a lot of defense.
I never could have imagined it. That you might be the Erdtree's rightful lord. Such as it is, this battle could not be more fitting for the birth of a new god and the coming of a lord.
Nope. Thing is, on this character, I haven't even beaten... I rolled too early. But on this character, I haven't even beaten Marika. I haven't even burned the Erdtree yet. Well, no, I burned the Erdtree. I didn't... Well, does it count? Because... I guess the best way to describe it would be I didn't kill Malekith.
You were fine. In your part, truly, a glorious battle. It was.
Mikula the Kind will help us forget.
But yeah, I didn't kill Malekith yet on this character. I don't think I ever will. Because I want to keep Elendel in its normal state.
Tiolier, I seem to have made a poor judgment about you, or perhaps St. Trina.
About Saint Trina. But yeah, like I said, it feels like you're supposed to summon both. Oh no, Sanguine Noble. The cooler guy. I just like Thalia because of its poisons. Yeah, look at him sprinting at us. He's just like those aggressive invaders. The ones who use pretty much all of their stamina just chasing you. Which, I fight a lot of those invaders, and I found that they're actually pretty easy. Ooh. Yeah, I found that those types of invaders are usually pretty easy because their hyper aggression makes them super predictable. And you can just sprint away and then just turn around and bap. And it works quite a lot. So, on my other character where I've been playing online and helping other people, like, because the game is so popular, and because some people really like to invade, I've been dealing with a lot of invaders on that character.
Forever. You have no understanding of kind Nicholas, of century. Oh.
That's really cool. I hope I get that. But yeah, like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of those invaders on this character. And like I said, just running away until I'm about like half stamina and then just turning around and doing a running attack. It works way more than it should. Especially since as I'm running away, I can go like this and it pretty much always baits them into attacking. Like I said, it works way more than it should. And it's like, you're a real human being, but you act like an NPC. Like, these are tactics that I use against real human beings, and I'm using it against an NPC here, and it's working against the NPC, and it works against those human beings. And something I've noticed is a lot of the invaders also really like to spam skills. Like Mesmer skill was super popular. That's actually how I figured out that you should dodge into his like multi-thrust attack.
With this battle I send you on. It was an honor to face a worthy lord. Now go.
So, in case you don't know what was happening there, my hand got sweaty, so I wiped my hand on my shirt, and that got me hit by the first attack, which then led to me getting hit by the second attack. Alright, but since we're not in a fight anymore, I can say it without worrying. But the Mesmer, like Spear of the Impaler, people were using that a lot, and that's how I learned to dodge into the attack. And I actually got really good at dodging the timing of the third attack, where they like stab the spear into the ground. I got really good at dodging that attack because so many invaders were using it. There was also another one, I don't remember, like, I don't know what it's called or what it is, because I don't think I've seen it yet in my game. But a lot of people were using this, it looked like a heavy thrusting spear, or a heavy thrusting sword. And they'd like charge forward, and then there'd be an electric explosion. I got really good at dodging that because so many people were using it. And there was a third one where they would, it was like a curved sword, but it curved backwards. And they would dash forward, and then there'd be like a flurry of explosions behind them all at once. Not as good at dodging that one, but the people who used that weapon were the ones who were the most hyper aggressive. And so, like I said, running forward, going like that to bait out an attack, like run away, do a little loop-de-loop to bait out an attack, and then turn around and do a running attack. I can't do it because I can't attack here, but yeah, like I said, real human invaders are basically NPCs. Like, it is wild how stupid they are. Because, like I said, I'm, at best, decent at these games. I'm not that good at these games, but I can still clown on invaders. And a lot of the people that I was helping through, it was their first time through, which the DLC is new, and it's my first time through, but I was only going through areas that I've already been through on this character. Meaning, I've been through all the areas that I was helping with at least twice. And so I had a general idea on where to go. Whereas the people I was helping, it was almost always their first time through. And so they were scared, and they would typically sit back and not deal with the invader. And so then it would be a one-on-one against, like, me between the invader. And so it's not even like we were ganging up on the invader. It was usually just me by myself. And I got invaded.
Don't you dare.
I don't remember the
approach
exact
Nicola the
amount.
Kind. Needle Knights Leda, Dryleaf Dane, and our allies will never allow this.
I am the Red Mane, Freyja. The time has come. I could not hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
I don't want to talk over the dialogue. Ooh, nice. But I rolled too early for that.
You and I, fighting. Tragedy this is.
Alright, so I probably have to roll into that. Like,
I never could have imagined it. That you might be the Erdtree's rightful lord. Such as it is, this battle could not be more fitting. For the birth of a new god and the coming of a lord.
the rot pot hit me because she used her shield bash and it stunned me long enough for him to get the rot pot off. Still, Scalar Rod isn't that bad.
You were fine. In your part, truly, the glorious battle.
Alright. Nope.
Nicola the Kind will help us forget.
Sir. Alright. So, Dryleaf Dane can deal with him. Or he can deal with Dryleaf Dane, I should say. I can deal with this guy because I hit hard. Sub C apparently. Oh. But to wrap that up, yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of invaders on my second character. And a lot of invaders are surprisingly... I don't know if stupid would be the word. Because they at least know what's strong and use that, and they use powerful tactics, even if those tactics are cheap. But they're predictable.
Sad. Forever.
It's like, they're all hyper-aggressive, but in their hyper-aggressiveness, they're painfully predictable. And I don't remember exactly how many times I got invaded, because I wasn't keeping track. but it was around, probably around 50, I would say, if I had to guess. And out of those roughly 50 invasions, I died 5 times. And so, I feel like that's a pretty good track record. I remember specifically how many times I died. Because each and every one of those deaths was memorable. But also... Hi. But also 3 of those deaths were, like, right at the very beginning. I mean...
No understanding. Kind, Michael.
What? Actually... Proper... proper milady duel. Which may not be a good idea, because... Alright, here's the thing. I was gonna do a proper duel, but you're a lot better than me at fighting, so... No. But yeah, like I said, I don't remember how many times we got invaded. Me and all the people I helped, but I do remember specifically how many times I died. And 3 of those deaths were basically right at the very beginning. They were in the gravesite plains, the like open world section. And one of them was to skill spam. It was the lightning attack. Like that, I still don't know what the weapon is called because I haven't seen it yet. But I got one shot by that. Because at the time I had like 1 Scadutree blessing. And the other was to magic spam. It was to some dragon breath attack. Which, it 2-shot me, so that was better, but still.
Kindly, Nicola, make the world a gentler place.
Leda's sword. Oh, I thought she was using Milady. 300,000 runes. Oh. But that's 2 corpses. That looks like 3 corpses. I was about to say, I'm more concerned with her armor set because it looks really cool. But Moore's bell bearing and his armor set. So 49 strength. Let's read this. Great shield made of the unusual metal known as verdigris. Boasts greater guard capacity than damage negation, to the extent that the shield will continue to protect its target even if its bearer should die. Unique skill, Moore's charge. Ready the shield with both hands, then charge forth while maintaining guard, ending in a shove imbued with verdigris magic. Knocks back nearby enemies, but does not cause significant harm, all to extend the length of the charge. 82 guard boost, and 28 weight. And then... Alright, so these are all the same. So, chest armor made from the unusual metal known as verdigris. Verdigris is said to be the gift of an outer god, possessed of an enormously hefty yet supple strength, thanks to its rusted nature. It looks like that. Freyja's Greatsword and set. Weapon of Freyja, a red mane. Greatsword decorated with a mane much like the weapon used by her liege. So, Radon. The spirit of Freyja's training lingers in the sword, enhancing the power of Redmane battle skills. Cool. Nice. And alright, so these three all say the same, but this looks like it says something different. So Golden Helm of the Redmane Freyja, member of General Radahn's most distinguished knights. A hideous scarlet wound was once hewn into the center of her face. Later, Mikola gently put his lips to it, and the unfading scar became the compass that Freyja would thereafter follow. And then the rest of the set, Golden Armor of Redmane Freyja, member of General Radahn's most distinguished knights, affixed with a black woolen mantle. After witnessing Freyja's valor as a gladiator in his youth, Radahn invited her to join the ranks of his most trusted warriors. And this is what that looks like. And we still can't attack in here. And then this is Dryleaf Dane. Dane's footwork. Hand-to-hand. Technique for the hand-to-hand combat without the aid of a weapon. This martial art focuses on kicking techniques. This kick-based martial art is unique to Dane, a Dryleaf and sworn ally to Leda. He acquired these skills by training with the aid of a waterfall, letting the water beat his body and throwing himself into its basin. Skill, Palm Blast. Skill of the spiritual seekers known as the Dryleaf Sect. Imbue his hand with energy before using a palm strike to unleash an explosive blast. The already formidable power and impact can be bolstered by charging the attack. And then finally, Needle Knight Leda. Leda's armor, so it's just her chest piece. No pants. The cape looks so nice. Let's see. Chest armor of Needle Knight Leda slightly strengthens attacks following a dodge roller backstep, as well as dash attacks. Ooh, nice. Embroidered with a golden cross tree motif, the chalk white cloak and surcoat symbolize the honor of the Needle Knights. Kindly Mikola fashioned us as his needles to quell all, to ward away all. And then Leda's sword, a light greatsword that scales mostly off dex with a bit of faith and a tiny bit of strength, does physical and holy damage. Light greatsword with gold inlaid, weapon of Leda the Needle Knight, deals holy damage. Though polished to a mirror sheen, the blade still reeks with the stench of crusted blood that lingers from the call of her knightly comrades. Unique skill, Needle Piercer. Skill of Needle Knight Leda generates 10 golden needles which pierce their target all at once. Those pierced are purged of all ailments and special effects alike. Ooh. So, kinda wish it didn't do holy damage, but still. They have about the same range. This has ever so slightly more, but the sword looks so cool. The chest piece looks so cool. She has a full armor set, though. We don't. I wonder what that is about. Hopefully we can get the full armor set. But I'm going to end this here. We got the Verdigris set. We got Leda's set. Well, actually, no. Because I was going to end it because we were still under an hour, and I wasn't expecting that to happen. But I don't think we can go through the whole spiel while keeping it under an hour. That's a boss fight. Set of Grace. Good, good, good. So I'm not gonna do a boss fight. I'm just gonna end it here. Well, first we can look at this. So that's the light attack set. Heavy attack set. Charged heavy set. Rolling light. Backstep light. Running light. Running heavy. Oh, we can two-hand it, so two-handed. So that was the light set. That's the heavy set. Roll. Backstep. Running light. Running heavy. Backstep. And then one-handed jumps. Okay, and then skill. And then charging the skill. Okay. And then Needle Knight Leda's. So this is probably a normal moveset. Yeah. So Needle Knight, or yeah, it's just called the Leda's sword. So normal moveset outside of Needle Piercer, which is very cool. I was hoping that that would be a reusable thing, like the Wraith Calling Bell, the Horned Baron, Perfumed Oil of Rana. I was hoping that it would be a reusable thing like that, but this... Milady, despite the name, very cool weapon, but this has a very cool skill, and it looks very cool. So they both look very cool. I could put one in one hand and the other in the other. That is an option. But we can favorite that. And then we can head back here because this is where Dryleaf Dane was, so we didn't get his armor, so maybe it's here. Though I'm not sure about that. But it's worth looking, I think. Not here. And then High Road Cross is where Leda spent most of her time. Okay, so I wonder what happens if you assist the other NPCs instead of Leda. That's what I'm going to do on the future characters, because I'm going to play this... I'm going to play through this with multiple characters. Just to improve, try to streamline where I go. Figure out all the places that I haven't figured out yet. But for now, I think we're going to end it here. When it comes to weapons, I got Leda's sword. We got Freyja's Greatsword. We got the Horned Warrior's Greatsword. Did we get anything else? We got Dane's Footwork. And we got the Verdigris Great Shield. When it comes to armor, let's see, we got Freyja's armor. We got Leda's armor, though just the chest piece. Weirdly. And we got Verdigris armor. We did not get the Dane's armor. For some reason. Though I think that's everything we got. Still, good progress. Very cool sword. Very cool chest piece. Probably going to update my weapon and armor set after this. Probably not a good idea as we're about to go into a boss, but still, very good progress today. Very, very sad that we had to kill Leda. Like I said, fellow late Greatsword wielder. I do wish that you had the choice between sticking by Miquella's side or killing him. I wish that you were given that choice to stay loyal to Leda and Miquella or to go against them to gain power. Really wish that that was a choice, but still, good progress. Some very cool equipment. And with that being said, yeah.